Okay guys, so the first one we're going to be doing two different braids. So we're going to make the section a little bit wider because we're going to be working with more hair. So when you're doing a triangle part, you basically just want to start from the middle of your hair and part diagonally to the back on each side. And the part doesn't have to be super perfect, but just straight enough for you. This was my first time doing this, so I did the best that I could. And now I'm just going to be sectioning off the top of my head. I'm just going to take a little bit of the hair from the back into the top section so that I have enough to braid. And now I'm just going to be clipping away the rest of my hair so that it doesn't get in the way as I braid the top part. Now I'm just going to part my hair down the middle so we can go ahead and separate the two different sides that we're going to be braiding. And I'm just clipping away the left side as well so that it's not in my way while I braid the right side of the top of my head. So I'm just starting out with 3 small pieces of hair, and then I'm just going to grab hair as I go. So as you can see, it is kind of hard for me to braid with these long nails. I haven't braided my hair in a very long time, so it was kind of hard to braid with these nails. But I'm just grabbing hair as I go and braiding at a diagonal. So I'm basically just following the part. And I'm also going to just clip away the end of the braid so that it stays in place. And I'm going to be pinning on each side of the braid. Okay, now I'm just going to be moving on and doing the exact same thing to the left side. Again, starting out with 3 small pieces of hair. And I usually just braid those like once, and then I start to grab hair as I go. It's kind of hard to explain how to braid rather than just watching someone. That's how I learned. I watched different people in my family braid, and that's how I learned how to braid, and I just practiced a lot. And I actually asked my mom for a Bratz head doll when I was like, I think 10 or 11, and I taught myself how to braid from watching people and just practicing, honestly. That's exactly how I learned how to braid. You're not going to get it on the first try usually, but the more you do it, the easier it'll get. So yeah, I'm just going to do the exact same thing, and I'm just going to be bobby pinning the end of the braid so that it stays in place before we put our bun in. Okay, now I'm just grabbing a little bit more of the hair from the back to add to the ponytail so that we have more hair to put in the bun, and I'm just going to begin to basically put my hair in a messy bun. You guys have seen me do this in my 2 dirty hairstyles video, I think, and it's pretty self-explanatory, well, easier to watch me do rather than me explaining. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is a messy bun, so I'm just going to wrap the rest of the hair left over around the bun, and I'm just going to pin my hair in the places that I think it needs to be pinned down a little bit more so that my bun is not flopping all over the place. And that is it for the 2 braids. I'm not sure what to call this style, but I really like it. I think it's very tribal looking, and I might try it out with my curly hair. So now we're going to move on to the 1 braid. So for the 1 braid, you want to make the triangle section smaller because you're going to be working with less hair. So I'm just going to basically be doing the exact same part, but I'm going to part in front of the other diagonal part that we use for the 2 braids. I hope that makes sense. So basically making the triangle smaller. And I'm just going to pin my hair away like I did for the first one. If you're wondering what I'm laughing at and I'm talking to Kendra, not myself, of course. But yeah. So this one should be a little bit easier if you're not used to braiding your hair. So you might want to start out with 1 if you don't want to do the 2, because this one you're basically just braiding straight back. It's not like a diagonal braid or anything. It's just straight back, and it's pretty simple. So that's why I did this one last, and I went ahead and did the 2 first, just because the 2 braids are a little bit harder to do than the 1, because this one, like I said, you're just braiding straight back and bobby pinning and putting your hair in a messy bun. Now the only thing that I did different with the 1 braid is I tugged on it just a little bit more so that it wasn't so skinny, and I just wanted to make the braid look a little bit more fuller, so that's why I'm pulling on the braid a little bit more. And once again, like I said, we're just going to put our hair in a messy bun. And this is the finished look for the one braid. I hope you guys enjoyed both looks. Let me know if you guys are going to try this out and send me pictures on Twitter and tag me on Instagram as well. So the braids just pretty much add a little bit something different and extra to one of my favorite styles. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time.